Hi everyone, I wanted to show you a Crusader Phalanx setup that I have played on the PTR for season 24. So Phalanx is not exactly a great skill, as probably all of you are aware, and it has, I think, 4 supporting legendaries or something, and it just sucks. So it just lacks damage. You can't really clear stuff so easily, but with the ethereals you can kind of make it work in season 24, because you get more than double damage suddenly, so you don't need, like, ludicrous paragons to have a chance to kill elites in a decent time compared to other builds. So that's actually what I've tried here on the PTR. I put together some LOD Phalanx setup. Usually I think you would play this with Archons and the Norvald set, and you actually don't really get so much damage improvement from LOD, but the ethereals definitely help a bit. So here I tried a run with bowmen, and it is actually quite fun. So you kind of summon your army, so it's like a Crusader pet build. I have Tasker and Theo and all that stuff in there. So if you want to take a look at the setup here, I have the defeat planner in the description. And I also have another one that uses the horses. So if you remember very early, I think it was like season 1 or 2 or something, Phalanx was actually the push build with, I think, Archons, and you were using those horses with the Stampede that would just obliterate everything. So that is also something I've tried, which you're gonna see in a second. The big issue that the bowmen have is that you can't really control them much, and they just don't deal that much damage. So you kind of need to have all 10 of them out and then attack into a target, and then it kind of works. You can probably optimize this a bit with certain greedy choices. You could get in something like Harrington Waistguard to buff your damage and all that stuff. But in the end, the damage is not really that great. I tried to combine this with Baleful Remnant, which is a weapon on a Crusader that spawns more of those Phalanx dudes when you kill something, but that didn't actually work at all. So the main issue here is that you are either capped or you just don't get any spawns from your pet kills, so you have to kill stuff yourself. But since the idea here was to make a full pet build, I can't deal any damage really. So I don't get those Baleful Remnants, and I can't increase the size of my army. So that was kind of the idea I had here with this item. So a bit unfortunate. In the end I went with I think Furnace instead, and they had Echoing Fury plus Furnace, so we kind of dealt some okay damage as long as we chain killed stuff, and it was alright. So as you can see here, we are blasting through this rift kind of, but it's not really the same as running in with Fist of Heavens and just one-shotting the entire screen with one cast. But here's the second setup using the Stampede with the horses. So instead of pets, I completely dropped all that, and I dropped Task and Theo, and I think I actually forgot to replace Enforcer in this run here. So it could have been a bit stronger, and this actually feels quite funny to play. So you spawn these horses and they just like stampede through the enemies. It feels a bit like a multi-shot Demon Hunter actually. So you have this kind of like huge cone-like, or like this one like moving AoE, so to say. And it is actually fairly decent. So with Echoing Fury and Squirts up, and just like that, basically you were able to obliterate trash in basically one shot. And even elites, especially sometimes you get like an Oculus Ring or so, you would basically one shot as well in some cases. So the setup looks like this. We have Viewer Saps in here. We have a lot of skills that give you resources like Provoke and also the Shield Glare, because without the Archon set you're kind of starved on resources. You have to be really careful. But when you have the 2 skills and the Reapers and the Hexing Pants, you will overall be fine, even if you keep spamming those horses here. And as you can see, my resources just go up and down quite a lot. So sometimes gotta be a bit careful, but you get into the flow of it. In any case, it's very funny to play this. So it could be something different for next season when you're playing a Crusader yourself and you don't want to do some bombardment action in T16, which is not really that great to begin with. So the only really good T16 build that Crusader has is Fist of the Heavens, I would say. And this one is not quite competitive, but definitely a decent alternative, especially if you farm solo. So if you ever wanted to play a Phalanx setup, then maybe now is the time, because we might never see a buff for it. And this is what I want to show here. So hope you're gonna enjoy the next season as well. Crusader does not have like the main 4-man spot anymore as an RGK or anything, but it has quite some funny stuff you can try next season with something like this, for example. And also the LOD bombardment being so strong next season, it's gonna make some decent PGR meta. It's like one of the best solo farming builds, So there are also reasons to play the Crusader next season. So I hope you enjoyed my little video here, and see you guys next time.